Oh dear. Interesting kind of day for me today. Can you guys see me? It was such an interesting day today. It was so funny. I'm going to show you. This is a really special vase for me. There's an eye in the middle. And this is from Nepal. Those of you who are spiritual, you know I'm all for free from MK Ultra. If you don't know what that is, Google it. I'm a debunker. God, my soul have paid price for debunking the bullshit of mainstream spiritualism. It's just another kind of trap. This is Ganesh. My soul and oversoul actually have embodiment and incarnation that trace to Parvati and Tara Tarini, and oversoul before us had Kali aspect. So reading the Bibles or listening to the spiritual people's perception of what they were, for other people it's like, oh yeah, that sounds so cool, and they would do Holy Krishna and things. I had very intrigued by traumatic memories that was showing me they were telling lies. And so today I'm super grateful for what happened to these bees, because I had respect and unconditional love for Vishnu, but I realized since I was younger, when he came through, he was quite I don't know how to say. He was always calm, but he attracted jealousy. And I realized that in the Hindu realm there was jealousy, and when I really connect to that life, I remembered my soul kept telling me, it's not what you think, they're not telling the truth. Our religion came from the beginning, and that's where the original pain was. And she said to me that the family have been tormented, and there's organization that she was and still is protecting me from, and to stay clear from draconians. The issue is, the trap was that the MK Ultra knows how to siphon your energy, how to do AI, false AI in the matrix. They feel like, sounds like the deities. If you had past life incarnated in those what they call deity, they actually were just fourth dimensional beings. And because we here, when Atlantis fell, we woke up and they put our soul in the jar. They wiped out our memory. So we basically were like ascended and reascended being, did legitimate ascension, and then we were told that we signed up to be gay or lesbian or handicapped, or you have to suffer when you wake up, and because this is what you wanted, you signed up, and because you have no memory as evidence, you did it. And for a long time I could not be grateful for this, because being kidnapped as a toddler, actually I think I was very early. It was a very early stage, either toddler or around 5. When I was 5 years old, they kidnapped me, and they told I was not allowed to connect with my soul, my whole soul, and they control and created the New Earth agenda. And I felt so angry and sad for a long time, because I didn't know how my abducted self could survive it. I didn't know if the soul fractal could be retrieved and how to retrieve it. I had 9% of my original soul in my body, 90% was out, and so I found out that I was kidnapped. I found out I was tormented. I found out the twin flame was an agenda and a program. I found out the whole addicted to the 5D energy and above rather than working your own pain and accepting it and not have the whole Stockholm syndrome. That was the key for us to do it properly. I realized MK Ultra was literally have a whole book. Well, let's say this. Because they literally have devices and implants throughout our chakra and our Kundalini, our God energy siphoned by the Kundalini snake. I really need to tell you this. All religion came from the SSR and Arian, A-R-I, heaven, A-N, okay, and SSR. They were the reptilian empire. You know that Star Wars that you watch? This being was the jerk that started it. They commanded the Collins, which was the wolf-looking being that was the ancestor of the Anunnaki. If you don't know spiritual principles, I highly recommend you to read Terra Paper, Terra by Robert Morningstar. Okay? And the most dominant one that the mainstream promote is crystals. Crystal portals, a lot of crystal, the entity can come in and out. Especially those skull and the dragons, you really need to harness your soul's energy and ground, and you need to protect your own bones structure, your energetic body, and you need to deal with your suicidal tendency when you wake up, because you realize everything that's been told was lie, and you also need to be ready to be lonely. It's like you woke up and all the other of your friends, because they conform to that without fighting, or their soul are not a part of the multiversal, universal multiversal, because my soul have lived in all around, my soul have been, so we were severely targeted. And we were always going to be a teacher, wisdom shower, and protector. I can't change that. And because my nature is a creatrix, they really target women. Even if you don't believe anything I say, do you believe this planet, out of all the planets, are the only one have life form? It makes no sense, right? Someone created this. Who created the tree? Cells, okay, it showed up in the water. How did that came from? There are different dimensions, right? So I woke up very lonely, and for a long time I felt I was going through hell, and I went to the hell place, and I was trying to rescue those girls, but because I was damaged and part of me was being tortured, I was thrown out of it. They wanted me to see myself suffering. And I realized the chakras was their way to put cords to siphon and charge their energy, because all of this being that I've been telling you, they've been telling you as the Hindu, as a religion, they say, oh, don't believe religion, that's still control, but then they worship the same deities that was in those religions and say, oh, that's not what we taught. Does it really like click in your head? Do you really believe that? And twin flame thing, don't even get me started. I took since 2014 to now to go through all of that lies, and all that time I was telling that abducted self, this is not the truth. So just comprehend this, knowing that you were in a dark hypnosis, every spiritual work you were taught was self-controlled, your astral body can also be controlled and actually be in the realm seeing souls being sucked out sexual energy. Some souls really tormented. I don't want to be into graphic way that could shock you. Unless you're a spiritual warrior like me, then you know what happens when things go wrong in the astral plane. So for a long time I felt depressed and lonely. I had no idea that there is 10% of the light worker community, 90% was false, 10% woke up. Especially Laura Lee Mystica have been working for 30 years. And I was born 1984. I was abducted, totaled to I think 5 years old or something as a soul. And I woke up, I gone through this crap, and they were able to block me from Laura Lee Mystica. And only recently I'm at seeing Anna. Thank you, Emma. Big shout out to you, Emma. Bravo. I don't think I'm saying your family name right. But Emma, you know who you are. And she worked with King Water. She told me about Sienna Leia, and I found out she was the real Nefertiti. And for years, I was in so much pain about different lives that I was in different deity system. But the secret the Bible didn't tell you is that goddess Tara, Kali, Tarini, Parvati, their soul and oversoul didn't come from the 4D. There was trauma and the issue. And this crash landing, there's issues, and this crash landing happened. And my question was why, sorry about my language, because this is live channeling. I don't have a script. My question to my soul was, how come I had to go through this? And it took my soul 8 years to admit to me that we fall through a crack. There was where we were trying to help. We also had certain issues. And I believe them, but I fall through a hole and I crash landed. And my soul told me I was migrated. I knew I wasn't migrated. I know there was war. Some people say there was family feud. Family feud only happens in lower 4D, okay? In 12D, it is so fast and it's sorted so easily. It doesn't happen in that way. So I knew that language was severed. I know message was kind of true, but inserted. Sorry about this. This is my job problem, and this was a price to pay for not willing to sacrifice, right? Even though they were hijacking me, they used a DNA tag to create false self that was false qualified. And so I knew there was corruption in the spirit guide community. This is so powerful because when you go through this, no matter who says Holy Krishna, who says Shiva, don't get me started on Shiva, that's another topic. You know what they are, so you know the inbuilt, right? So I had such pain every time I see a soul sister or brothers like Shiva, so much love. Like, no, Shiva was not love. And when the Syrian High Council told me that the Syrian deities somehow decided that I, the one that always stood for the truth, that didn't agree with their corrupted plans and what they do to the Egyptian, I'm so angry with what the deities and the god and goddess did to Egypt people, how they sacrifice thousands, baby, for their satanic ritual. Akhenaten was evil. I never want to see him. But They are not what support this. This is my thyroid, but every time I release them, they damage my thyroid because the MK Ultra put in the ancestral program to say your DNA have ancestral DNA and thyroid is where your connection with God is, and if you let God go, you're gonna hurt this. I'm thinking, no, this is mine sovereign. So you saying because you hijacked your jackasses who wear the snake so big on your head, you're gonna control me. So I paid a price of this. This is what this is. And I had to do tons of inner work for me to get up and do gratitude video no matter what freaking happens to me. And so to be grateful, or my body they literally tormented me in dream time. I woke up with real physical disorders, and for me to still speak truth and be a warrior and own it, I am grateful for speaking truth. Disregard the hellish experiment, the Carnanelli snake, and they have never shown themselves to you like they have shown to me. It is the most disgusting, horrendous thing I have ever experienced. They threats me all the time, and eventually just like, yeah, well, so what? If you really want to wake up and save your soul, you stop talking to those false deities. Be grateful for your soul. Be grateful for this, for your soul backing you up, even though you are chanting and singing those things, and your part of your soul not waking up. It's like, yeah, dancing feels good, but part of your soul is in pain and being chained and being tormented. They know the truth. So this is spiritual battle, but I'm not telling you to grab your spears. That's not going to save you. Okay? I owned this for years and years. When other people got clients who fall into their program, the popular twin flame thing, the crystal thing, I had gone through all that. My soul have never allowed me to make a course like that and earn money and tons of money. And I apologize to people that I work with that back then I was still waking up, but I couldn't wait until then. I was telling people to not cheat with their, what they believe is twin, to their spouses. I also gone through with someone who was with their twin flame and was a world-renowned psychic medium who I trusted and who were Merlin's descendant and had the same birthday as I did, that said he wanted to cheat me, have sex with me behind the back of his wife, and which is his twin flame. And that was in 2014. Okay? Yes, judgment. The whole no right, no wrong judgment thing is to get your guard down. It's not going to save you. It is to make you feel, because no right, no wrong, there's no true justice. You guys need to really wake up and be grateful for the harsh truth. It is really difficult for humans to realize, well, not for all the humans, but for some humans to believe that there's beings on other planet. And if you think reaching hand and crying even to Jesus or Mother Mary are being there, you need to embody your soul. You need to, I hate the word worship. I really despise that word. W-O-R, just put a little stroke on the O and you get worship. Pray. Tony Sayers, shout out to you. Thank you, brother. Oh my God, where were you when I was suffering? You did work for 6 years. I suffered this since I was 5 years old. The whole MK Ultra thing. I wish I knew back then. And I was in China. God was not even allowed. Deity was not even allowed. But hey, Tony Sayers, if you watching this, thank you, because I suffered it all alone. I had no real friend. The false hero have literally just almost destroyed me. But I'm super grateful for you today, Tony Sayers. I'm super grateful for Underground Star. I sent an email to her and I'm going to do work with her. I just need to do a few things before I work with her. I'm super grateful for Stanley. my soul brother, you know who you are, to remind me about Sasquatch. And I feel teary because the MK Ultra created a sexual energy 7 monster for each of the soul that they kidnap, whether you seen or unseen. And I saw mine when Stanley was talking about it. And my true nature is love. I am a warrior and I know I'm love, but I knew I had to wake up and accept this false light, had been false light who I gave my heart to and wanted to build my mission with. But knowing the New Earth was agenda and the elite New World Illuminati thing was also agenda, and knowing that my community is just that 10% of people have gone through this crap and willing to wake up, have reminded me who I am. And I'm super grateful for my trauma today. Traumas for every single part of me, and for every trap that, not for Darth Vader. I don't like that kind of character. You guys think Darth Vader was a character? No, he's not. They literally go through their matrix, what you call dark kind of Akashic record, to see what kind of villain there was. Everything that they created in Doctor Who, in Star Wars, in Star Trek as villains somewhere exist. Okay? I don't know how long I'll be here, because what they did, they damaged severely of my airway, and I have issue even swallow my pill. I have to swallow this many supplement each day through a damaged, fractured vocal space. And I'm hoping you guys would donate to me speaking out truth, because I know I will have a lot of abundance. My true being is that, but I don't know how many people will be ready for this. And I want to show you what really happens even when you woke up and you know the truth. It still is a journey to get out MK Ultra fully. I feel like they back off a lot, but the twin flame thing, so many of you are in it. Since 2014, even 2012, I started to help people to get out abusive relationships, and I told them about twin flame, and I said you cannot cheat with your twin flame, and they have sovereignty. They would not want to cheat with you. And I had a girl say to me, and I love her. Her name is Michelle. I miss you so much. And Michelle Papadopoulos. It's a Greek name, Papadopoulos something. I lost contact with her because Facebook. One thing with Speaking Truth is Facebook kept doing that, but they couldn't stop me, and eventually they gave up because they get exhausted. So they just let me. But yeah, Michelle said to me things that make me feel so sad for her after going through that. But I remember saying to her that, well, I have new word that I want to say to her, but I said to her, you cannot do these things, because if he really love you, you know, he would do right by you. He would not be in another relationship or marriage, and you will leave. And she did the right thing. She left her husband. So proud of her. She's so loved. She's like a love bomb in her body. And I wish back then I already knew. And I knew the force program, but me as human here wasn't fully ready, because I was kidnapped, remember, since toddler age. And so the villain that's obvious is just, you know, that we're like Darth Vader. We're like F class, right? It's classified as the F class. You know what F means. Who is there? So weird. But there's certain being that they appear as if they are angel, but they also were the initiator. They were the one caused the issue, and then they show up as saviors. If I knew that, and I knew what I knew today, MK Ultra designed this whole soul mannered, the soul monad thing was like to separate your soul, to scarce your soul. And they had to do this by split you and make you feel like without your twin flame and twin ray, you're nothing, that you have to go through a bunch of horrid things and still feel like, oh, I come in my twin flame, and subconsciously you are thinking, oh, because I'm not meeting him, I mustn't be good enough yet. And also there's another issue is that because they tell you have twin flame, you're not in the moment and feel like, okay, that's cool, I'm with this guy showed up, I really like you, but the reader said you're not my twin flame, so I can't be with you. You're not living in the moment. This is a distraction. And how do they get you into this? They tell you that all 144,000 are twin flames, and they are the real light workers. So you're thinking, oh, if I don't have my twin, I can't do the mission. And if I don't have a twin, something's wrong with me. Wake up. I'm still recovering. I was going through hell after hell after hell after hell. And I'm the only one in my entire family that's doing this. And if you are me, you are in the same pain, and you don't have a spiritual community with people that's gone through it, woke up about Senator, woke up about MK Ultra, accept that we have, beings interfered with our soul, and we may still be fighting them, and we have a lot of pain, because we do. A lot of us, until fully recovered, and that's grant your dream, you're gonna have some symptoms. And the worst MK Ultra false spiritual belief is to say, if you're sick, you're not a healer. If you're a healer, you don't have sickness. And that's one thing they tell you, because they make people think, oh, something wrong with you. You're sick yourself. How come you're a healer? If you go through the first part of the video again and keep listening, you'll click, oh, because you created this whole accession symptom thing, set up the MK Ultra programs about twin flame, about ascension symptoms, about 5D energy, about connect with other star beings, and have your psychic antennas, about the channeling, about all of that, rather than just work out directly with your soul and work with real coaching. Like, you go through things, you feel a certain part of your soul, and there's your own puzzle. You don't need other people's puzzles, but there are people before you know the same truth. That's your tribe who knows the truth, who believe you. It's gonna help so much for your inner complete wholesome self. I'm not separating the inner child from myself anymore. It is the biggest trap ever. And inner child healing is so important, but you cannot separate them from you. For me, I'm so kinesthetic. It was so weird for me to separate my inner child if I didn't grow up yet. Or I'm tough channeling to that, but then she's not with me. So I just do it complete and whole. I am me. I'm complete and whole. And I still heal my inner child. I heal that as complete and whole, accepting what I've gone through. As a child, as a teen, as an adult. So you can see through my video before, it's very light, very light, very light. I'm still Tara. I'm just like the red Tara right now. I was also a female figure for Horus, and the issue is Horus had twin sister. They never tell you in the Bible. Hathor and Isis were two separate beings. Sekhmet was a separate being. They were never intervened. It is a lie what they told. All right? And I'm grateful for able to speak the truth. I want to save you guys. Please stop worshiping Egyptian gods and goddesses. Accept them for their fault. And take your liberation back soul retrieval, your heart, soul retrieval, your liver, your kidney, your core. Because every time you worship them, the one wears the snake, you are putting your soul on risk. They have fractured me so bad, and they was literally strangling me. The krayahgenetic snake, when you stop feeding it, it gets super angry. Stop worshiping the Hindus, stop worshiping the Egyptians, stop worshiping the Christians, stop worshiping the whole one God. My God is better than your God, Allah or not. Allah, Jehovah seal. Look on Google, removal of Jehovah seal and matrix seal. All the seals need to be off. Do not go to a healer who does it, who's still in the mainstream spiritual agendas, because then it's counteractive. Do you get it? Because I paid 333 for one. She gave me a discount, so I paid 100 something USD, and then later I had to do another one, and that was J seal or matrix seal, J seals. Ascension symptom is an excuse for them to abuse you. Your ancestors' DNA was never meant to take dominance in your spinal cortex. It was never meant to be tormenting you. Their pattern is their own. Their karma is their own. The whole you have to carry their karma is a synodal, crypto program, synodal program, Archon, Draco. They and the MK Ultra Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, they create this kind of false system to trap advanced soul. The purpose was solely for so you never know truth about how you feel, because we are empaths, and the worst thing is you highly sensitive. I'm an empath. I have to feel, oh my God, I can't take this energy. I can't do this. I can't do that. A real master in a body go through this shaky stuff. But when we start channeling our own strengths and not calling out the gods, you get all the pieces back. You get everything back. You do feel grounded. You get a warrior back, and you no longer feel like you have to have opposite sex and have a bunch of kids in a certain way, have a normal job that fulfills you. You feel like I'm here doing my soul's highest purpose, and what I need will come to me in the right time when I no longer believe all the lies, when I can heal this without biased positivity or biased negativity. This is so important. And I now understand. I did sort of understand before, but I never fully understood until now. I'm only talking about the human tormenting, not lower, not higher. The whole lower self, higher self is a lie. It's to make you feel like you're not good enough for your higher self. So it's a separation program, okay? And even the word real self, fake self, there is like, and what are they? Okay, let's put a label. Fake self. I'm doing the best I could be dealing with all this crap that this dark being pretending to be saviors did. That's them. I had always been real. I am always real. I had been doing the best, knowing what I do have, trying to protect in all directions, and you have to. Knowing your conscience, embody and own it, knowing what's just true justice, knowing what is revenge, knowing what is you trying to work and heal somebody so you feel good about yourself, trying to prove the other part of you wrong, or the the false being pretend to be a spirit guide. The false being trying to pretend they're helping you, and you feel pain. Even when you're trying to work and healing people, knowing this causes and why you feel this way is going to help you to navigate through this abuse. And so that you can make peace for years. I feel lonely because people, when I talk about this thing, people just, in the false, just be 5D and be happy, everything's alright. You can't say these negative words, you can't be angry, you can't judge that person. It's trying to make you docile so that you conform to tyranny. Not tyranny. Okay, Tarini is Tarini. Tyranny, the bad guy, is Ty. How to spell tyranny? Tyranni. Whatever, the bad guys. And I'm grateful for the depression I felt through Parvati and Tara Tarini, because they were not honored in the Bible. It was so much like, Shiva was so loving, Shiva was so good. They treated her like an outcast because they had to make her a goddess because she was that. But her origin was celestial dragon. The lie is that dragon came from Draco constellation. It's not. Guess whose genetic was that? The first dragons came from the crystal realm, not even etheric realm. They just took the DNA. Guess where that came from? It's so much lies. And Tara, Tarini, they're very loving, but they fierce, So my biggest pain, I'm grateful today. I always felt so depressed. I always knew my oversoul and soul was advanced being, one of the first waves. And I'm not just talking about first wave indigo. I'm talking about the prime creatrix. Our heart belongs with prime creatrix, prime creator, but they have both composition. They didn't separate as male and female until they created the UV realm and other realms. I finally am ready to let them go. I realize I can't save them because no matter how much good guys trying to confront them, there's always some being would do everything to make you believe them, and then literally in my case torn me apart. And I want you to listen to me. Never be obsessed with DNA activations. With someone that's in this mental program with Kundalini snakes, archangels, that came from religion, or Hindu god and goddesses, or Allah. Anything that still have people only worshipping them as one god, my god better than your god, and then also trying to say they are the savior of the spiritual people. Subconsciously deep down something doesn't add up. Right? This. I need to own this. I need to be okay. You'll feel me a lot now because I'm the warrior side of myself, and Tara is a warrior, and I want her to have a break. I am a woman. I am very fierce. When I'm in this element, look at this. This hurts. My body, my system is trying to find a way to break this, because I have broken many implants, but the damage is severe and my body is trying to save me. If you read these, do not go to mantras I want you instead just write down your own words of what you're grateful for your soul. Each word is one piece, and you just keep doing this until you finished everything you wrote on the paper. But do not connect this with deities and worship them. I have Ganesh because he's my baby. He was my oversoul and my soul's baby. He is important to me, not a auntie, same soul, parallel self, Parvati is part of me, Tarini is part of me, and every single one of my aspects have been torn. It is horrid. And they have fake Tarini too, fake twins. Oh. So this is not what you expect from a gratitude video. You can see I didn't do makeup, I didn't filter anything. I'm doing this because this is important. I'm not for most men. And I actually don't know why I fully own my female body back that I want anyone to touch my sexual energy again. Probably when I'm fully healed, my true source Suma here, I'm fully integrated and I know all my aspects become one harmonically. That's my purpose. But if you are a woman going through this, your savior not gonna be a twin. I'll give you that. And don't go upset with the mirror. The mirror is another trap. The mirror is a false program by MK Ultra, and now in public denounce it, renounce it, clear, cancel, delete, uncreate in all-time dimension, reality, all-time continuum before time that is linear, before any universal dimensional false times, and I restore myself to this reality fully, completely. I restore all sexual energy that I ever got siphoned or programmed in any time dimension reality, all time dimension reality, now come back to me. And now I'm back every single part of my true source, female warrior, strong AF, warrior self, fully healed, integrated, free. Break the chains, break the chains, break the ropes. Own your voice, own your heart, women. Fake spirituality needs to go. Don't wait for some spaceship to come here and pick you up. That's a trap. How else were they gonna create a fantasy that get you obsessed with unicorns? I worked with them. I was fairy warrior, I was hybrid warrior, fairy warrior, dragon, fae was me, Pleiadian, fae was me, and we were giant and we kick ass. Take one little thing out of some fantasy, and then take advantage of homesick star beings, heart space, and inner child is low of the new low. I'm not here to be desperate. I'm not working with everyone. If you can watch to here and recognize my energy of all around, and you realize that I'm gonna coach you, just because I got hurt and what they did to me was like 2 books length, and I mean 2 books of what Laura Lee have written. I've gone through it all. So also parallel realities, and I'm here because we are family. If you feel damaged in certain part of you and you can't do certain ability and you think you can't teach, you have ability to counsel and train our brother sister to do what you may or may not be healed and do it again. You need to believe you can heal and do it again. But you need to stand up as a potential mother and father of the star children that are coming, because they are coming. And if you already have kids, you need to do this for our offspring. This is, I don't like the word war, but this is a sovereignty battle between human or AI. And you need to pick a side. And I pick human. And if you are a spiritual warrior and one of your family got injected. As policy, I'm not allowed to promise anything, but I would say that get a healing resonance. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, UK, whatever you can get through me, our company says whoever you hear from, you buy from them. It's to honor, because we're not here for competition, and we refuse to sell it to Amazon or anyone. I'm not like full-time selling. I didn't even promote anything. If you look on my social media, I just tell people that it works for me. It helped me to survive. Okay, what they did, what those beings I mentioned did to me was cruel. But if you have a healing resonance, it will scan your aura in real time, communicate with you in real time. It does use Bluetooth, but I also needed to, use technology to communicate with you. You can use an orgonite. That is one thing in the spiritual realm that does work, is orgonite. But you need a healing resonance to heal those damaged parts, to heal your psyche. It has program for every organ, every spine. It helps the false, those people in our family that still have those false chakra meridians, astral body, where energy got seven, even the third eye and pineal gland, and the thing at the back of the neck. The spiritual people sell so much. They have a false implants. They are like a portal. You need to break it so your energy can unificate and get rid of the continuity. This, you need to pay a session with, I recommend Sienna Leah from Rise Multiversity. That's RISEMULTIVERSITY. I went through it. When I tried to remove by myself, I got interfered by who. But Sienna Leah can do it. Laura Lee Mystica is very busy, but she can do it if you're lucky to get her in 3 weeks waiting list. And her website is firstwaveindigo.com. I'm not getting money or any discount from my session for promoting this to you. I'm not promoting, I'm trying to save you. I am so done. I can't say sick and done because I learned not to say that. But I'm not scared of saying I'm so fed up with it that my next door neighbor have a way easier life and a happy-go-lucky now because the MK Ultra and their false angels, Archangel Michael, his real form is a fair squid. And when I realized that, a few months later, there's a TV show called The Good Place, and they admitted to everything. And the main character's name was Michael. I went through psychically with the Archangel Michael. He was guardian of my, this pains me so much to say, he was guardian of my healing temple that I set up. The modality was called Serenity Vibrational Healing, and they said they were calling creator. What I realized was that was the matrix false creator. As long as the true prime creator and true krayahgenetic team would never allow the fake archangel Michael to be the guardian of what your soul safety is, because we know what they are. Okay? So I had to take him out, and years I was trying to turn him. And I always loved amethyst, and they told me I was holy amethyst, but I also had a hope and faith, and I'm like, what is going on? I realized that they were putting what angels are. They are basically these 40 beings Genesis projects, and they put different DNA into these angels and deities, so they are like hybrids. Okay, they're experiment created. So I'm saying this, and this is special only for those who are ready to hear this. If you're not ready, I'm going to do another one just for people that is common This is only for our advanced soul who are ready to see the truth, okay? And in my course of the revealing things, I'm going to start with healing the ancestral stuff, because it's not going to be like other people's courses, because they tell you to call Archangel Michael to help, and it ain't going to be any of that. It's going to be real. I'm going to ask you also to be so fierce that even if someone showed up, look like me, feel like me, it's a false AI progenitor, and you will destroy them in some, well, not destroy in the egoistic dark way, but you will do the true celestial exorcism, because you also already knew. There's nothing that a teacher your soul doesn't know, but you also need someone to wake them up and realize this and get out of the false system so that you can protect yourself. And I can only teach people who are ready. I'm conquering so much by myself. I'm not gonna come here like I fixed everything. You will always be waking up. You will always be conquering. All right? I am a coach. I'm gonna coach you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the traps in each modality. I'm gonna teach you how to transmute that and make peace with your past life. I will walk you through it, but I'm not going to have you lie down, and it's lockdown right now. I'm not gonna have you lie down or just sleep and how you feel. How you feel is, oh, I went to sleep, I woke up, I think everything's fixed. But inside of you haven't been asking risky questions. You haven't gone through the dark spaces with someone sitting space for you. That you can't fake anything anymore. You need to come to those answers, and we will learn how to protect ourselves without those false angels. And I can't, tell anything that I don't know. And I am going to heal myself fast, really fast now, because I know all the lies. Oh God. Yep, this is what I targeted. I refuse to pay any homage to those jerks. They saw you are true prime creatrix, true prime creator embodied, and we do have different kind of, so some are focusing on creatrix, some are teachers, some are way shower, but you need to get out of false system, otherwise you're putting yourself and your brother sister on risk. And I'm a first baby indigo. And I have just Golden Rose Universe alone. I've spent there for, well, the planet itself is now 9.5 trillion human years. And I missed harm, but I remember something happened there. But they don't torment like here. And that's one of my home is Golden Rose Universe. I've been missing from there for 4.5 trillion years as a soul. And I'm daughter of the true Aurora and Emperor of the UV realm, and my name was Yasmin, and I own it. The demons would blame you and your soul for putting them into justice system. And they will make you feel so guilty about putting them in there as if they were the good guy. When you wake up, you're going to realize this. And I'm counting on you to own those power back and not let them slip through the true source Suma self of yours, and not slip through our collective oversoul true source Suma self's true highest spiritual justice. the whole no right, no wrong, just chill and observe and everything's good is not gonna save our ass. Do you want to know why I came on this strong? Because my ex have done that to my daughter, Brianna, and she's embodiment of Freya. I was doing cards, the real Freya, okay, not the AI Freya. I was doing cards, the goddess cards Freya kept coming out. When I found out my ex did this, I was so sad. I got angry and I apologized. I'm grateful for my courage to apologize to my daughter, but really, I love her so much. It was almost like he was killing me. And the worst thing is that when he was doing that, I wish he did it to me, not my daughter, because I know what to do. And I want to send gratitude to Ashley, my best friend, Ashley Sakuri, because I have a healing holistic class. It's not a resonance. I keep telling people resonance because I know it's gonna save life. So my daughter can be saved. And I think I didn't stop screaming the krayahgenetic team's name. I kept screaming. I keep activating the grays, and I felt every time I call them, I was just praying that there's no more fracture, because that was the torment of the true celestial angel, not the archangels, okay? They wanted to be, but they're not. And I'm grateful for my sister Helen. We were the Larens and we were the Sasquatch. But mostly I see you as Laren. I was Sasquatch and the Yahweh, and Lycerians. The Yahweh people and the Bigfoot, all of those, Chewie from Star Wars, that was us when we came. We were that, and we were Lemurians. We were many, okay? But Lemurian was like 5D, and this is like when we came here. There was no other body available. Oh my God, see this really hurt. And to heal it, I have to keep speaking truth regardless. I'm sorry if you're not ready, but I'm not sorry for coming on so strong, because every day I'm here is another day given because what I thought and because what happened. And as I said in the other video, on my Facebook page, which is under Tara Lee, and you will see me wearing pink and my hair is red like this. And if you ask friendship and send me a message says, I saw you on YouTube, I want to connect with you, and you truly sovereign, then you can add me as friend, okay? But on there, like I said to my other soul family, every day given to me is another day, and I can't take it for granted. And I know I will be on here on earth, but because of the trauma that I'm still integrating, it's coming out. I'm also feeling like I may or may not be here as the same soul here, but I know that if I'm gone, I go in coma or near death, there will be a bigger soul part of me come, but it will be me. I'm not asking anybody else's direct oversoul. My oversoul have stood in truth, have been torn by MK Ultra, and we had to keep healing. And I highly ask you guys to get out the whole mirror twin flame twin ring system. Please get out, because then you can really heal and see it for what it is, and both of you can heal and complete and whole and love and enjoy the partner that do come for you that is right. And then you can still work with each other and help each other. A lot of people of you don't have a twin, you keep manifesting. Not every single soul had to go through MK Ultra. Not every single soul was torn into split. And it's highly scripted. Me and the underground star have not fully had a one-on-one session, but she have communicated with him, but I didn't tell her this. But in one of her videos, she said, and if you're listening to this, underground star, when underground star said the hooded the hooded being are MK Ultras. And they say things that was scripted. I went through the same thing. I'm like, I'm not scripted being. I do not like. And when I channel, I'm real. And when I exposed that, they started attacking me, saying I wasn't real, I was scripted, but it was their script. And I kept fighting it. It's a challenge. But one of the day, these jerks literally said, oh, what kind of being split themselves just so they can, intercourse themselves. They used the F word, fuck themselves. And I said exact word that she said. Oh, as if you won't do it yourself. That is a trigger. They are purposely on the point, knowing you would have the detector defense mechanism activated to say that, so that they can embed that program in you. And now I denounce it. You need to denounce it straight away and say, I really let you down there, but thank you, haha, funny, but no, thanks. In the book, Stealing the Moon, it says what actually happened to the moon, who did what, and Akhenaten had a lot of things to do with that. And then if you watch the Avatar cartoon series, the force being created, but one thing they said true, yet they did things to the moon spirit. The original moon spirit of the 3D moon was created by the Lemurian. The bad guys on the orbit was cold-blooded. They hijacked it. The moon was a ship. It's different from other galaxies' moon and central moon. It's different. Those moons are not hollow. This is a hollow. It's a ship. Oh, stop fracturing my throat, you jerk. It hurts. Well, I saw. It's way not hurt like yesterday. Thank you, Spirit, for healing me so I can speak. And then today, for another thing I'm grateful for, Dr. Joe Vitale is still in the program. But I love him unconditionally. But I know he still are in he's still in the MK Ultra program about the money thing, and the program that you have to forgive everyone ever hurt you. This is actually just like Terrans, to have free clear, so no matter how they hurt you, you're not gonna get the justice. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what done to you was okay. You do not stop protecting yourself. You do not stop training self-defense. Stop it. Reverse. It's okay. Reverse. And so these are all like templates and script. Even for us workout one, we realize we still have another level to clear, so eventually we will never be scripted. There's another lady, she did chakra removal, not for me, for somebody else. That girl that she did a whole episode for retrieval, they mentioned the sloths, the man feel trapped, the man that keep being told no. I went through that, but I was the one in that group. I'm sure that's a part of my group, because I was the one saying no, because of what they do, they can't see. They were trapped in bi-dimensional spell, they're not seeing things properly, and their action was hurting my thyroid, my body. I was very painful in my body because I was trying to protect this invisible force and people that in the same soul over soul mind, but they used my body as an instrument. And then later, they made a TV show. This is what they do to me. Everything they torn me apart, they make it into TV show. And I'm not egoistic. This is not something to be proud of, because when you watch the TV show, you go through the worst trauma because it's graphic and those people have separate body. And it makes you feel like, holy shit, if I had that many body, you won't be able to do this for me. But that's it. Those souls are real, but And you all have body, but you scare us over the planet. And you're not with each other to fight in person for each other. And there's one of you is in watch of everyone and organizing things. I was that person for my oversoul system that have embodiment here, but when I was going through this thing and they didn't know what they do and they put me through pain, they then disowned me. One of them watched the TV show, not Uriel. I do not believe in any archangels, but you know that jerk, start with L-U, finish with F-E-R, his TV show. She watched time after time, she would keep repeating to me how good it was. I know she was gone, and I still wanted to help her, and she kept saying to me, you need to do this and do that. I'm like, I'm holding every single one of you, but you all still holding on to things that could hurt me, and then you ask me, why am I not grounded? And then in another week, I was trying to explain to her things that she did to me that caused my soul in so much pain, and grabbing onto her to help. And she disowned me as friend. And this happened with another lady called Janet over things that shouldn't even matter. And many, and they all were gonna get me to USA. So I know USA was very important because it also close to Hawaii. I can also go to Peru, Amazon, the sacred place. Morocco was also very important to my soul. Egypt was important, but it was a lot of pain because the corruption, the abuse, the torment, the way that I died in those life, right? So for me today, to be grateful, have my throat and my voice, I want you to know this truth. I get to speak this truth. And it's not the whole happy-go-lucky gratitude and stuff. What are you grateful for if you're still living in the lie? And I'm grateful for this truth that came to me, that I'm finally ready to face this. And I hope if you are watching this, at least you're willing to have a conversation with me. If not me, somebody else. But I have gone through it and I understand. Just have someone understand you, what you're going through is going to help you so much. And I have 16 certificates of the modalities that I've learned. I realized they're deceit, they're lies, they're blank spot, what to do, what not to do, how to make it safe. I'm on an advanced level, master level of hypnosis, I'm on master level of NLP. And I know the tricks and squirk and the program, the MK Ultra system that embedded in them, and how to heal and make them safe. Just because they damaged me and took away certain things that I need to retrieve, which I'm still retrieving, doesn't mean that you lost it all. Maybe you have them and you can heal yourself. And because you are my brothers, sisters, as long as you are healing, I'm also healing. And as long as I'm healing certain things, maybe you haven't healed, you are healing too. And I hope that being grateful for self, our own soul, connect with our soul, knowing and face the truth, process the pain, process as a wholesome, sovereign warrior person is going to help us to win humanity versus AI. I love you all. Mwah. If you want to talk to me and have the free clarity call, just comment clarity call and then leave your email in the comment. If you feel uncomfortable, then you can email me at emotionalfreedom2020@gmail.com, and on the title of the email say clarity call. Then I will give you the payment detail. This is how real I am. I have a PayPal. I've rebranded myself so many times because I know every time I had a brand, I found out the lie in them and then I couldn't do it. That's how real I am. And a few weeks ago, I felt uncomfortable to do this because I'm still going through it, but I know the truth, and because every day is another day given, I need to do this and be real, because even though I haven't healed everything There are so many brothers, sisters with less symptoms, but they're living in our life. So they need to wake up. It's not what you think. It's not what you're seeing that is all real. When you're real and you're fighting against them, you will feel it. But at least mentally, I'm real. And I'm here for you. I'm fully qualified with how to get you the answer, what to do, what not to do, because I went through all the trouble. I can help you to avoid and protect yourself better, and hopefully you will be okay and you never have to go through what I go through. I love you all. I'll wait for you on the clarity call. Again, my email is emotionalfreedom2020@gmail.com.